Hello everyone, my name is Franklin. I'm studying education and my specialty is English and Spanish. Today I'm going to talk about an interesting topic, but the difference is about present perfect and simple past and when to use them. Okay? So let's see, let's dive into it. Have a look at this. There we go. So first we need to start with time reference. So simply, when we talk about the simple past, which is here, the timeline we need to bear in mind is this. Okay? The action happens or happened in the past and finished in the past. No connection with now. But with the present perfect, there is a connection between the past and now. That's why we use the present perfect. Basically, that's the main difference when it comes to these two time references and grammar tenses. All right? Now, let's continue with the structure. In this case, this structure will help us recognize if it is simple or the present perfect. So let's have a look at this picture first. As you can see, there is a church. And my example says, last month I visited an iconic church. Look at this grammar tense. We have subject, which is here I, verb in the past tense, visited, the past form of visit, the complement, an iconic church. All right. When it comes to the past tense, we can work with regular and irregular verbs. Later on, I'll explain what the difference is between regular and irregular. Okay, so let's continue for now with the present perfect. Now, if we look at this picture, we see flowers, okay? And my example was, I've always collected flowers. That means that in the past, I collected flowers, but I still do it now, okay? This structure is the following. We have subject, an auxiliary have, has, and the past participle form of the verb. So as you can see, subject, have or has, and the past participle form of the verb. In this case, collected is the past participle form of collect. All right. And lastly, we have the grammar. In this case, grammar will tell us when and why to use each um, grammar tense. So let's begin with the simple past. We use it when the action happens at a specific time and it finished in the past. So, for example, we can say, I visited France last year, right? There is a picture. Another would be, the time is mentioned or implied. And that would be, they lived here from 2015 to 2018, right? Maybe it's a house, a neighborhood. And lastly, when generating a sequence of completed events. So my example says, she finished her homework yesterday, but maybe she did many things after that. So we could say she finished her homework and got everything ready and had a shower, right? As you can see, I'm listing a number of activities, and that's when we use the simple past. Let's continue. We're going to use the same sentences, but in this case with a different time tense, in this case, the present perfect. So when the action happened at an unspecified time before now, that means we don't mention that time. We wouldn't actually give much attention. We're more focused on the experience rather than time. That's why the example says, I visited friends. Okay, I'm talking about experience. Another one says, she has finished her homework. Okay, there is irrelevance now. Yeah, that is the second section. The action has relevance or a connection to the present. And lastly, when you're discussing life experiences, changes, or ongoing situation, we use the present perfect. As an example, we have this. They lived here for 5 years. Okay, this is an ongoing situation. That means they came here 5 years ago and they're still living right now. We don't know until when, but this is something that it's ongoing. All right. Yeah, this is the list of regular and irregular verbs that I mentioned. When it comes to regular verbs, those are verbs that end in ed. And most of them, and all of them, will finish in these two letters. Okay, so will be easy to recognize and easy to remember. But when it comes to irregular verbs, it is quite difficult because they're different. Look, the base form is fall, the past fell, and the past participle falling. It's quite complex. My recommendation would be to um, keep reading, put it into practice, be patient because it's a matter of time. That should basically it. Thank you so much. I hope this was clear. We're gonna have exercises on the website, and yeah, if you have doubts, please let me know. Bye bye.